Hi, I'm Lou Gallagher.
And I'm Corvette Ronnie.
Next up, the Bill Cosby trial. They couldn't come to a conclusion on a verdict. Guilty or not? It's next on Men Are So Smart. Two holdout jurors kept Bill Cosby from being convicted of sexual assault, a juror told ABC News on Wednesday. The juror, who agreed to speak to ABC News on condition of anonymity, said 10 of the 12 jurors agreed Cosby, 79, was guilty on 2 of 3 counts. On one count one, that Cosby had digitally penetrated Andrea Constand without her consent, the jury voted 10-2 to find Cosby guilty.
On the third count, that alleged assault happened after Cosby gave Constand drugs without her knowledge, the jury was also deadlocked at 10-2 in favor of the guilty verdict, the juror told ABC News.
Meanwhile, on the second count, that Constand was unconscious or unaware during the incident, the vote was 11-1 to acquit Cosby.
On counts 1 and 3, 2 holdouts were not moving no matter what, the juror said.
This reeks of something. We'll get to it in a moment.
Yeah.
The juror also told ANC News that the jury initially voted in a non-binding poll to find Cosby not guilty on all 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault.
As for whether any of the accusations against Cosby made by dozens of other women ever factored in, the juror said never, not once. If somebody would mention something, we would cut them off.
On Saturday, a Pennsylvania judge granted a mistrial after the jury had announced that they were deadlocked for the second time in the trial.
Comedians accused of drugging and sexually assaulting former Temple University employee Andrea Constand at his Elkins Park, Pennsylvania mansion in January of 2004. Montgomery County, Pennsylvania jury, which was brought in from Pittsburgh, deliberated for multiple days, returning to the judge multiple times with questions and requests.
Here's what I think. I think the prosecution did a piss poor job of presenting the case.
You know, the problem that I see, because from the way I understand it, the way he is presenting his defense, although he's not testifying in his own defense, the defense has said that all he gave these women was a Benadryl for an allergy problem because they were, suffering from allergies. And I don't know about you, Benadryl absolutely makes me so tired I cannot hold my eyes open. And it affects different people differently, I understand. But I took one at Easter one year at my in-laws' house. They had an orange tree in the backyard. It was blossoming like crazy.
Right.
I was miserable. I took a Benadryl. I was not quite unconscious, but I was dead asleep for probably a couple hours.
In your case, I buy it. In Cosby's case, there are allegedly 70 women who say that he has tried the same shenanigans with them. Now, when I first heard women piling on, I thought, this is Mr. Huxtable. It's some kind of a smear campaign. Why are they doing this? But upon further review, my opinion changed. Now, I'm not saying that the quantity of women filing a complaint should necessarily be indicative of a guilty response, but really 70 women came up with the same story. And this Benadryl thing, I don't buy it. Maybe later on in his history of this, but in the beginning, this was, I got to imagine, in the 60s, and there were Quaaludes.
Yeah.
I remember Quaaludes. And now you want to talk about being knocked out. They don't even, you can't even be prescribed that anymore.
No. My first question is, where is he buying all this Benadryl? He must be getting it in bulk at Costco or something.
Do they sell that? No, I'm not even going to go there.
I don't know. But, and just to play devil's advocate here, when somebody is like famously wealthy, like so wealthy that his grandchildren's grandchildren will never have to work, Could it be that maybe they're looking for a financial gain?
70 women?
You know, if I thought my wife could be in on that lawsuit, I'd have her file one.
Just tag her at the bottom of our video.
Yeah, there you go. So again, hey, that's a little bit of devil's advocate, but it happens.
All right. Okay. Let me ask you a question, because
All right.
you know how I like to play devil's advocate. You have a son, Vince.
Yes.
I have 2 sons,
Yes.
Nick and Kyle.
Yeah.
Would you want your son to treat a woman like that?
Absolutely not.
I mean, come on.
No excuse for that. If you're determined to have sex with someone, there are ways to go about it they may take a little more time. Got to wine them, dine them, take them to a couple movies. You know, third date though, that's
it. You got a line
etiquette.
there.
Yeah, that's etiquette.
That's it. It's give it up or get out. You can walk home. Wow, Ronnie. Okay.
So
a little insight into how Ronnie thought back then.
Yeah, like I said, I would never want any other man that I know or otherwise to ever treat a woman like that, or vice versa.
True.
Absolutely no other human should be treated like that, should be drugged, and who knows what happened to me when I was under the Benadryl.
I was working that night.
So I may have to start kind of going back and reassessing some of my dreams. They may be real.
Oh, Cliff Huxtable.
Yeah.
Oh, Jell-O pudding. Oh, the amount of money that this has cost you.
Yeah.
Oh, the consequences for our actions.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill Cosby.
Well, and I mean, he was like one of America's sweethearts. You know, he could do no wrong in most people's eyes.
Yeah,
So-
and the whole time, behind the green door, there was stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
Stuff that we never thought would see the light of day, but it did.
Yeah. Yep. Came
So-
through.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, we've got a couple of minutes here left in this episode. I wanted to get to this. Not quite as severe a story, but Donald Trump, our president, loves to play golf, owns many golf courses, has been involved in the charity tournaments and been on the PGA promoting events and such. In a recent story, he was at a golf course and took his golf cart, electrical golf cart, and drove it across one of the putting greens on the course.
Bad taste.
Bad etiquette.
That's terrible. You just don't do that in golf.
Well, yeah, but the question begs, if he owns all these golf courses and he plays all this golf,
He should know that.
what is he thinking?
Yeah.
I'm the president, you're not?
Yeah. Or, for God's sakes, one of the Secret Service persons can at least tell him, don't drive over the green.
Why is he even driving the cart?
Yes.
Isn't that dangerous enough in and of itself?
Yeah.
You know, as a former golfer, and if I didn't have so many bones at Creek, I'd still be playing because I love the game so much. It is a game of nothing if not about etiquette.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there are so many rules to learn when you're growing up, but the secret behind that is it churns and turns out better people that have integrity. Golf is a game of keeping your own score, and you're charged with the responsibility of doing that. And to think one of the biggest mistakes, rule etiquette busters, driving a cart on a golf course green, unheard of. You should be ashamed of yourself, Mr. President.
Although, you know, Happy Gilmore might take exception with that. So-
Well, I don't know. Maybe Bob Barker, God bless him.
And maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
The
All right.
price is not right, Bob.
Thanks for being with us today on Men Are So Smart. If you'd like any more information on the topics that we've talked about, you'll find links to them in the description below. You'll also find our social media pages there. Ronnie, what is your blog address?
Corvette.ronnie, blogspot.com.
Okay, so until the next time, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. This has been Men Are So Smart.
Namaste.
Yeah, whatever he said.